Let's get into the film room. Okay, there was some mistakes made by quarterbacks in giant moments that turned matchups. Every one of these matchups that I'm about to show you was ranked matchups, and a quarterback made massive mistakes that ended up allowing their team to lose, right? Now, great defense, yes, and there was certainly some of this that was schematic from the defensive side that you'll see, but these were quarterback mistakes. Let's start with the game I was at, Madison, Wisconsin. Graham Mertz in Wisconsin, they've got 4th and goal, okay? We got about 3 minutes left. It is zero coverage, meaning all man-to-man. They're going to blitz the 2 linebackers here, and as we take a look from the back, they're going to rush these 2 guys, at least initially, in order to get the back up in blocking. This is key. Okay, because that safety who's in man-to-man now becomes a free player when the back blocks. Watch this, and then Brisker, now he can float over on Mertz's eyes. Great design, and he falls right under the best player for Wisconsin, Jake Ferguson. Brilliant design from Brent Pry, great execution and intelligence from Brisker, but that's why it's a mistake from Mertz. Okay, folks, Mertz has got to recognize coverage. He's got to understand that that's man-to-man. There's nobody there to hold Brisker if the back blocks in pass protection. Great design, but the quarterback's recognition has got to be better. All right, let's move on. Clemson, Georgia, top 5 matchup. Let's see what we got going on in the defensive structure here for DJ Uiagalelei. It's zone. It's cover 3 zone. That means that these routes that are spot routes, they're going to sit and not run across the field. You got to understand that as a quarterback, and you can't drag this guy across. You got to throw it to him on his frame. The wide receiver sees zone. He's going to sit down and just kind of settle in that zone. DJ throws it inside as if it's man, leading him across the field right into the safety's point of view, and it's a pick 6. Again, it's recognizing coverage. All right, these are things that have to be fixed from a quarterback. And then the ball placement has got to be put right on his frame. So that you know at home, if it's zone coverage, the wide receivers are not going to be running across the formation. They're going to settle. The wide receiver is expecting to settle, get a ball on the frame, and it's probably a first down. DJ leads him as if it's man. It's picked off. It's a pick 6. Georgia ends up winning the game. Let's move on. Another ranked matchup. Iowa against Indiana. Michael Penix coming off that knee injury. Let's recognize coverage, folks. What is the coverage at the snap? He claps his hands. He's going to have a hitch on the bottom. He's got free access. Why? This safety was rotating up to the top. So it's just a simple hitch thrown at 5 yards on the outside shoulder. This is just about execution. But the problem is he throws it at 6 yards to the inside shoulder. Watch this. Wide receiver kind of dives over to his left. That ball can never be thrown inside. Pick 6. It's the second of the day for Iowa. That happened with 1:50 left in the first half. It was 21-10. Okay, Indiana was going to get the ball to start the second half. So you've got a chance there with 1:50 to drive down, all right, and cut this lead down to the point where you could potentially get right back in it with your first series of the second half. And all it was execution. You recognize coverage, number 1, as a quarterback, and then you have to execute the ball placement. We saw Mertz not see the coverage, not understand what the coverage could potentially do based on what his back was going to do. We saw DJ lead a receiver when he shouldn't have led a receiver. We saw Michael Penix throw it to the opposite side of a wide receiver when it should have been on the outside edge of the wide receiver. All I'm trying to say is this is why, this is part and parcel to my conversation earlier, this is why you shouldn't overreact, because guess why? These things will get fixed. Remember, quarterback is the only position on the field that you just cannot replicate in practice. So the growth and the development that happens from game 1 to game 2 should be quite severe. And we'll see all of these guys grow and get much better and not make those mistakes as they move forward this year. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here, College Football on Fox.